Hello, my best students. I want to say something before we begin. You are here for a reason. You're not just trying to learn English. You're trying to grow, to become stronger, to rise above the doubts, the struggles, the fears, and become someone better, someone wiser, someone who can take the pain of life and turn it into power. This episode is different. Today, I'm not just teaching English. I'm sharing with you something deeper. 10 life lessons that made me stronger. These are not things I read in a book. These are lessons life taught me the hard way, through failure, through heartbreak, through starting over again and again. As you listen, you'll learn two things at the same time. You'll learn English, real, powerful English made for understanding and growth. And you'll learn how to live with more strength, more clarity, and more confidence. Because I believe language should not just help you speak, it should help you become. So get ready. Let your heart be open. Take notes. Listen with your soul. Because what you hear today might just change the way you think and the way you live. Let's begin. Pain is a teacher, not a punishment. There was a time when I thought pain meant I was doing something wrong, that maybe I had failed, that maybe I wasn't strong enough. But over time, I learned something that changed my life. Pain is not a punishment. It's a teacher. Every painful experience you go through, whether it's losing someone, getting rejected, feeling lost, or making a mistake, it all has a message. And that message isn't meant to break you. It's meant to shape you. When I was at my lowest, I realized something. Pain forced me to look at things I was avoiding. It pushed me to grow. It revealed my limits and then helped me expand them. The people who become the strongest are not the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who use it, who ask, "What is this moment trying to teach me?" Instead of running from it, they sit with it, they learn, and then they rise. So if you're going through something hard right now, I want you to remember this. It's not the end. It's the middle of your transformation. Let the pain teach you. Let it grow you. One day you'll look back and realize that it made you stronger than you ever thought you could be. Now let's talk about a lesson that changed the way I see myself completely. Not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. There was a time in my life when I tried so hard to be understood. I wanted everyone to get me, support me, accept me. I wanted to explain my heart, my dreams, my decisions just to be seen. But I learned something powerful. Not everyone will understand you, and they don't have to. You're not here to convince the world who you are. You're here to become who you are meant to be. And the truth is, sometimes the people closest to you, the ones you love the most, won't understand your journey. They might doubt you. They might laugh at your goals. They might say, "Why are you wasting your time learning English?" Or "You'll never be fluent." Or "Just be realistic." And it hurts, doesn't it? It's hard when people don't see your vision. But here's the truth. They don't need to. It's not their dream. It's yours. You are given the fire in your heart for a reason. That dream didn't appear in their mind. It appeared in yours. So stop begging people to understand a future they can't see. Instead, protect your vision. Let your growth speak for itself. Let your results be your answer. You don't have to fight. You don't have to explain. Just become what you were born to be. And one day, the same people who didn't understand you will say, "I always believed in you." Let them say it. Let them watch you rise. Until then, remember, not being understood doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're on a path few are brave enough to take. Now, let's move to a lesson that helped me take back control of my life. Discipline builds the freedom you're looking for. For a long time, I thought freedom meant doing whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, sleeping late, skipping the hard stuff, watching one more video, one more episode, one more scroll. It felt good for a while, but slowly something changed. I started to feel stuck, lost, like I had time but no direction, like I was free but going nowhere. And then life taught me something I'll never forget. Freedom isn't the absence of structure. It's the result of discipline. Discipline is the habit of doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up when the alarm rings. It's showing up to study even when you're tired. It's practicing English, repeating phrases, speaking out loud even when no one is watching. And yes, it's hard. But here's what's harder: staying the same. I used to think discipline was a prison. Now I know it's a door to progress, to confidence, to options. Because when you're disciplined, you're no longer controlled by your emotions, your laziness, or your fears. You become the driver of your life. When you build discipline, you build trust with yourself, and that trust becomes your confidence. You stop saying, "I can't," and start proving, "I can." You stop waiting for motivation. You become your own fuel. Want to speak English fluently? Show up every day. Want to feel proud of yourself? Keep the promises you make to yourself. The more discipline you build, the freer you feel, because you're finally in control. So remember this: discipline isn't punishment. It's the highest form of self-love. It's saying, "I believe in my future enough to work for it every single day." Ready for the next one? Let's talk about a lesson that helped me let go of fear. Fear will never leave, but you can move anyway. For years, I waited for fear to go away. I thought, when I feel confident, I'll start speaking English, or when I feel ready, I'll follow my dream. But guess what? That feeling of fear, it never really disappeared. And then I learned one of the most powerful lessons of my life. You don't have to kill fear. You just have to stop obeying it. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is just a signal. It's your brain trying to protect you. But sometimes it protects you from things you actually need to do, from growth, from new experiences, from becoming who you're meant to be. I used to think brave people had no fear. Now I know they just move with it. They feel the fear, and they act anyway. That's real courage, not the absence of fear, but action in spite of it. The first time I spoke English in front of someone, my voice shook, my heart raced, I made mistakes. But after that moment, something changed. I didn't die. No one laughed. And I realized fear is just noise. You can walk through it. Every time you speak, even if it's messy, you get stronger. Every time you take action with a shaking voice, you prove to yourself, "I'm not controlled by fear anymore." So stop waiting to feel ready. You won't. Stop waiting to feel confident. Confidence comes after action, not before. Take the step. Make the call. Join the class. Speak the sentence. Fear may walk beside you, but it doesn't get to drive. You do. Let's go to the next lesson, one that brought peace to my overthinking mind. Progress matters more than perfection. I used to waste so much time trying to be perfect. I wanted my English to sound perfect, my pronunciation, my grammar, even my vocabulary. And when I made mistakes, I felt ashamed, like I wasn't good enough to speak at all. But over time, life taught me something simple and powerful. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. In fact, perfection is the enemy of growth. It keeps you stuck. It convinces you to wait, to delay, to give up. I've seen so many learners who stopped trying because they were afraid of making mistakes. But here's the truth. Mistakes are proof that you're moving. If you're not making mistakes, you're not practicing. If you're not practicing, you're not improving. Progress is what matters. Did you learn one new word today? That's progress. Did you speak one sentence out loud, even if it wasn't perfect? That's growth. Did you study for 10 minutes instead of skipping the whole day? That's a win. We need to stop comparing ourselves to native speakers or perfect accents. That's not the goal. The goal is to communicate, to connect, to express yourself, no matter how broken it sounds at first. And you know what's funny? The more progress you focus on, the closer you get to that fluency you dreamed of. Perfection doesn't build fluency. Practice does. So from today, celebrate the small wins. Be proud of your effort. Don't let perfection steal your progress, because step by step, word by word, you are getting better. Let's move to the next lesson, one that will help you protect your energy on the road to success. Protect your energy, not just your time. There was a moment in my life when I realized I was always tired, but not just physically. I was mentally and emotionally drained. Not because I didn't have time, but because I was giving my energy to the wrong things and the wrong people. That's when life taught me something I hold on to every single day. Your energy is more valuable than your time. You can have 12 free hours in a day, but if your energy is low, if you feel discouraged, distracted, or disrespected, those hours mean nothing. So I learned to protect my energy the same way I protect my schedule. I started asking myself, does this conversation drain me or inspire me? Does this habit move me closer to my goals or pull me away? Do these people make me feel small or seen? And when the answer was no, I stepped back. I learned to say no to things that didn't serve me. I stopped arguing with people who didn't want to understand me. I stopped trying to impress people who didn't care about my growth. Protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's wise. Because your energy is what fuels your habits, your learning, your motivation. If you give it all away to negativity, comparison, or constant distraction, you'll have nothing left for what truly matters. So look at your life. What's stealing your energy? Who makes you question yourself? What habits exhaust your mind? You don't have to cut everyone off, but you do need boundaries. Create space for your peace. Guard your focus like a treasure. And choose to spend your energy where it grows you. Because when your energy is right, your learning becomes easier, your English flows better, your confidence returns, and your path becomes clear again. Now let's move to the next lesson, one that will help you understand the value of time in a whole new way. Time doesn't come back. Use it like it matters. There was a point in my life when I kept saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I thought I had time. I thought waiting didn't matter. I would delay the things that were good for me, studying, reading, practicing, starting. And slowly, I started to feel behind, like I was standing still while life was moving forward. Then one day, I realized something that hit me hard. Time is the one thing you never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose people and meet new ones. But once a moment is gone, it's gone. That lesson changed how I live. Now I see time as something sacred, precious. I don't waste it arguing. I don't waste it overthinking. I don't waste it scrolling for hours on things that give me nothing in return. I ask myself daily, is this how I want to spend my life? Because that's exactly what you're doing, spending your life. If you want to become fluent in English, it's not going to happen someday. It happens when you choose to invest your time wisely. When you use 30 minutes to listen to a podcast instead of watching something empty. When you study one new word instead of saying, I'll start next week. And it's not about being busy. It's about being intentional. You don't need to fill every hour. You just need to use your hours in ways that build the person you want to become. So from now on, treat your time with respect. Guard it. Prioritize what matters. Say no to what doesn't. Because you are not wasting time, you are becoming. Time and how you use it is how your life will feel. Let's go deeper now into a lesson that taught me the real meaning of strength. Real strength is staying soft in a hard world. There was a time when I thought being strong meant being cold, unemotional, tough all the time. I believed that if I didn't show my feelings, if I stayed distant, no one could hurt me. But over time, life taught me a much deeper truth. Real strength is not in closing your heart. It's in keeping it open, even after it's been broken. The world can be hard. People can disappoint you. Plans can fall apart. You will fail. You will be judged. You will be misunderstood. And it's tempting to build walls to protect yourself from the pain. But the strongest people I've ever met are not the ones who hide. They're the ones who still care, who still love, still try, still believe in good things after everything. In your English journey, you might feel embarrassed when you make mistakes. You might feel shy to speak up. But let me tell you this, your vulnerability is not weakness. It's your power. Every time you open your mouth and speak with an accent, with imperfect words, with nervous energy, that is courage. Staying soft means you keep your heart open to learning, to connection, to growth. You stay kind. You stay humble. You let yourself be corrected without getting defensive. You stay curious even when you're tired. And you keep showing up, not because you feel strong, but because you believe in something better. Real strength is not in pretending to be perfect. It's in being honest about where you are and having the heart to keep going anyway. So if you're sensitive, emotional, passionate, good. Don't let the world make you numb. Don't let fear make you hard. Let your softness lead you to something stronger than pride. Truth. Let's move to the next lesson, one that will set your mind free from the pressure of comparison. Comparison destroys progress. There was a time when I couldn't go a single day without comparing myself to someone else. Their English was better. Their life looked easier. Their progress was faster. I would hear someone speak fluently and immediately feel behind. I would see others succeed and ask myself, why not me? And then life gave me one of the most liberating lessons I've ever learned. Comparison is a lie, and it will destroy your joy, your confidence, and your growth if you let it. When you compare yourself to others, you forget your own story. You forget the battles you fought, the progress you've made, and the courage it took to even start. You measure your journey with someone else's ruler, and you always come up short. But here's the truth. Their path is not your path. Their timeline is not your timeline. Some people learn English in a year. Others take 5. Some can afford classes. Others study with free videos late at night. Some have the freedom to focus while others are juggling work, family, and responsibilities. You don't know the full picture, and you don't need to. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. Are you more focused today than you were last week? That's growth. Did you finally say something in English out loud that you've been too afraid to say before? That's progress. Did you understand something today that confused you last month? That's success. Your journey is sacred, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. So protect your peace. Celebrate your wins. And when you see someone doing better, don't get jealous, get inspired. Let their success remind you of what's possible. And above all, keep your eyes on your own path, because where you're going is exactly where you were meant to be. Now let's finish with a lesson that helped me forgive, move forward, and finally feel free. Forgiveness sets you free. There was a time I carried a lot of pain in my heart. People had hurt me, lied to me, ignored me when I needed them most. And for a long time, I held on to it. I thought, they don't deserve my forgiveness. I believed that holding on to the anger was a way to protect myself. But life taught me something I didn't expect. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. When you hold on to pain, it doesn't punish the other person. It poisons you. It fills your heart with heaviness. It steals your focus. It keeps your mind stuck in the past when you're trying to move toward the future. The moment I started forgiving, not just others, but myself too, was the moment I started breathing again. I realized I didn't need to carry the weight anymore. I could put it down. I could move forward. I could let go and grow. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay. It means you're not letting it control you anymore. It means you value your peace more than your pride. It means you're choosing freedom over resentment. And yes, it's hard, especially when the hurt runs deep. But you forgive for your own healing, not theirs. You forgive so your mind can be focused, so your heart can be light, so your future can be open again. If you've made mistakes, forgive yourself. You're human. You're learning. You're growing. If someone failed you, release them. You don't have to carry their actions any longer. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to do next. And what you choose can be powerful. Now, my best students, it's time to bring everything together. Let's end this episode with the heart of it all, the final words that will stay with you long after this ends. You've just walked with me through 10 of the most important lessons life has ever taught me. Lessons that didn't come from books or classrooms, but from falling, breaking, healing, and rising again. And now they're yours. These weren't just life lessons. They were English lessons too. Every sentence, every word was another step on your journey to fluency. But more importantly, it was a step toward becoming someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who knows how to stand back up. So take a breath. Look at where you are. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but you are not where you used to be. You've grown. You've listened. You've understood. And that means you're becoming. I want you to remember something. You don't need a perfect life. You need a meaningful one. And every time you learn something hard, every time you choose peace over pride, every time you keep going when it's easier to quit, you are creating that life. So don't just listen and forget. Take one of these lessons and live it today. Speak up even when you're scared. Forgive even when it's hard. Study even when you're tired. Choose growth even when it's uncomfortable. And remember, you're not alone on this path. Native Explorer is walking it with you, every episode, every word, every step. Thank you for spending your time with me. If this episode helped you, share it with someone you care about. Follow Native Explorer, and let's keep growing together. Until next time, my best students, keep learning, keep rising, and never stop believing in the strength that's already inside you.